Hi, if you're new to Mailchimp, or you just want a refresher tutorial, or you want to see what Mailchimp is all about, then this video tutorial is for you. In this Mailchimp tutorial, I just want to do an overview tutorial that's going to show you some of the things that you can do in Mailchimp. If you want to get started in email marketing with Mailchimp, this Mailchimp video tutorial is going to be very beneficial to you as a beginner. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sign up. So just go to mailchimp.com and create your account. And once you're here on the landing page for Mailchimp or on any page in Mailchimp, you can click there to log in. You can also go to the pricing to see the current cost for Mailchimp. So we do have the free plan that you can start with, and most people usually start with this plan because they get lots of features that are important for email marketing. So just go through this and see the difference between all these pricing plans. So let's just create an account, and I'm going to come here, not login. I need to create an account. So I can create an account from there, or you can just click here to create an account. So I'm back here on the home page, and I can just click there to sign up for free. Welcome to Mailchimp. Put in your email address, username, and a strong password. Ensure that your password has all this so that it can be marked as a secure password. And once you're done with that, you click on sign up, and you can say you don't want to receive any marketing emails from Mailchimp. So this is important because it normally tells you if there are new features or if there are any changes. And you can also get various tutorials from Mailchimp about email marketing. The next process is for you to confirm your email address. So ensure that you use your correct email because they will need to send a confirmation email for you. So if the email is wrong, just click there to re-enter the email and all the other details. So open up your email and then activate the account. You need to choose a plan, and I'm going to go with the free plan. With the free plan, you're going to get 2,000 contacts, and you can send 10,000 emails per month. So I'm just going to continue with this. And the next step is for you to add your details as the person managing the account. Enter all your details here. Let's see which details are mandatory. So just enter all the details which are mandatory and then click continue. Once you've entered all your details, just click continue. And then you can add your address. Let's see what is mandatory. Add your address and then click continue. So if you already have a list of contacts, you can say that here. So if you have a list of contacts, you can say yes. If you don't, you can say no. And if you're not sure, you can click there, but of course you know whether you do or you don't. In my case, I'm going to say no, I don't. But if you do, you will click on yes, and you can import the list, and you're going to see how you can import your Mailchimp list into Mailchimp. That is assuming that you already have contact email addresses for your subscribers. So I'm going to say no, and then I'm going to continue. Best features for you. So what do you offer or plan to offer? Technology. So just choose your business industry if it's in here. So if any of this describe your business or the people that you want to interact with, then you can select that from there. All right. Just choose all that apply, or you can choose other, and then you add the details. The details about other are right there. So I'm just going to continue. Which of this is your primary offering? So I just choose one. Where can people access your offering? If you don't want to deal with all this, just click on skip and you're ready to go. Want to stay in the loop with Mailchimp? Just choose the marketing that you want to receive from Mailchimp. So you can choose if you want product updates. Definitely you want to see what's new with Mailchimp. And then if you are selling products online, you probably want some guidance and advice from the e-commerce section of Mailchimp. So they're going to send you various newsletters for this. So just decide what you want to receive from them. I don't want any of that, but make sure you check on that. Continue. So this has come up for me, and I may need to verify this. But if it doesn't come up for you, you're just going to see the Mailchimp homepage. So there we go. You now have a Mailchimp account, and you can do your email marketing here. Here on the homepage, you can see you have all these quick links that you can go to. You can click there on email. And with that, you'll be able to see the templates that you can create, and then eventually create a newsletter that you can send out. So the first step, of course, is for you to choose a template, but let's just forget about that for now. And here on the home page, you can add your contacts. These are quick activities that you can do as soon as you've set up your account. Now, these are all the options that you have here. Okay, so there, the dashboard, you can always click that and it will bring you back to the home page. If you have any activities, they will be shown here. If you have new subscribers or anything of that nature, the activity summary will be shown for you here. So let's see what all these icons are for and what they do. So that will take you back to the dashboard, the home page here, and then you have the create. So the create is the first step for you to start creating anything. So I can open this in a new tab, and you're going to see that you can create landing pages. I don't even need to go to a new tab. It's just going to open a pop-up. I'm just going to open up this, and with this you can create an email customer journey. This is just a customer journey is more like this is like an automation, a sequenced automation that you can create. And then you have email templates. So an email template is the actual email that you send out. So you can design your email template and then save them as drafts so that you can use them later on. And what else do you have here? Multi-channel design, landing pages. Yeah, you're going to use landing pages. If you want to give out specific items, you can use the landing page on Mailchimp, which is free for everyone. And then if you want to set up surveys, you can see what options you have with surveys. You can set up a survey, and you can also set up ads and connect them with your targeted audience. And then social post, share and track posts across your social media. Then sign up forms. This one, of course, you're going to use this if you want to add sign up forms on various platforms, WordPress, Shopify, Squarespace, without really having to use plugins or any other APIs. You can just come in here and you can get your forms from here. And then contacts, this is a list of your subscribers, and you can manage your subscribers here. And then images, image, so this is basically your file manager. So on your file manager, you can add PDFs, you can add images, and you can give them out for free. Once people sign up, you can set up such a thing whereby when somebody signs up, you just give them an item from Mailchimp, and you can do this with images, PDFs. If there will be time, I'm going to set up something like that. And then postcards, you can send postcards to your subscribers if you do have their physical addresses. Audience, so the audience, this is your contact. So audience, this is the list of your contacts. So under audience, you can see everything that's related to audience is right here. You can create tags. Tags are just a way, as the name suggests, it's just a way for you to tag the various subscribers. Maybe some subscribers are buyers and sellers. You can tag them as buyers, and then you can do various things such as send automations to specific subscribers with a certain tag. And then segments, you can divide your subscribers into different segments. So maybe just with the example of buyers and sellers, you can have a segment for buyers and sellers, and then you can do various email marketing stuff with the segments. And you're going to see how to create the segments and how to create the tags. And surveys, so I can see surveys has been merged into Mailchimp, and you can set up surveys. I don't know what this is about. And inbox, you can see one-on-one conversations. You can have one-on-one conversations with your subscribers. So this is new as well. So preferences is just a way for subscribers to manage their preferences. Okay, yeah, this has been around. Maybe they've just changed the interface for that. And what is here? So here under audience, this is where you're going to add your subscribers. So if you want to import subscribers, you'll just come in here. You'll just come in here and you can check all the contacts that you have. If you do have multiple contacts, you're going to see the database for your contacts right here. All contacts, it will show you all your contacts, and then you can see we don't have any segment, and you can create a segment right here. So right now you see we don't have a segment. We don't have any segments that separates our audience. But if we did, you would be able to click here and view all your contacts who are in that segment. And we're going to set up segments at some point. And what else do we have here? So here under contacts, you see you can manage your contacts. You can manage your contacts. You can look at the list of unsubscribe addresses. If some people unsubscribe, you can check it here. Check the list of unsubscribes there. Let's see if I try to add a new contact, if it will be possible for me to delete that contact. So add a subscriber. You can import contact as well. Add a subscriber, and I'm just going to add here. So the most important detail for your subscriber here would be the email address. That's the one which is required. All the rest are optional. And then you can add or create a tag, but before you do this, you need to plan out for your audience. You can only have one audience under the free plan. So if you want to group your audience, you can use groups, you can use segments, and you can use tags. So for this, you need to plan in advance the kind of tags that you want for any list, and then you create those tags right here. And I'm going to click on that next. So say this person gave me permission to email them. Yes. So this person is not in my list, but if I was importing a list, I would click on this so that if there's anyone whose email address is already in my list, their details would just be updated. So I'm just going to click there to subscribe this person. And let's go back to all contacts. And if we click on that, you see the actions we have here. You can unsubscribe an individual. Confirm that you want to unsubscribe them. You can archive them. If you don't want the billing to pile up due to these email addresses which have been unsubscribed, what you can do for yourself is archive them. So if you archive them, they will not be billed. They will not count towards your billing. Contacts. Okay, so if you want to see the list of archived contacts or unsubscribed addresses, just click there and look at them, and then you can archive all of them. So if you realize that you're getting charged for addresses that are unsubscribed, make sure you come in here and you select all of them, and then you archive the contacts. Otherwise, you'll continue getting billed for those addresses that are not receiving your emails. Okay, so let's say that you want to import contact. So you've seen how you can add a contact manually. You can upload a CSV file, or you can copy paste. If you do have the data that you can copy from somewhere, you can just do that like this, or you can upload a file. So once you upload a file, I don't know if I do have any sample that I can use. So I think I do have a sample that I can use for this. So let me just click on upload a file, and remember that it's got to be a CSV or a tab delimited TXT file. So an example of a tab delimited TXT file, let's see. Okay, so this is a tab delimited TXT file. So a tab delimited TXT file means that right there is a tab. That is a tab. Okay, so that is delimitation by a tab. So I'm just going to continue to upload, and then I'm going to browse to my desktop, and then I continue to organize, and then I can select the status. So the status is it subscribed, unsubscribed, or a cleaned list? I don't know what you're uploading, but in most cases, what you're going to be uploading will definitely be subscribed. Okay, so make sure you do have permission to upload you do have permission to send email addresses to these people, because if you do not, then your account will probably get banned. So that's one thing that Mailchimp is very strict about. If you do buy email lists from people online and you try to add them here, your account is going to get banned on Mailchimp. So I will come here and I will say updates any existing if you already have an email list. I will continue. And if you want to tag them, you can tag them. Okay, so this is a nice way for you to add tags, for you to add contacts to your tags. So if you come to the tag section, if you go to your list, your contacts, and you create tags, you can add subscribers this way. You can just upload a list and then tag them. Okay, so I do not have any tag at the moment, but I can type there to create a tag, but I'm going to bypass this. I don't really have any tags that I want to add. All right. So the next step is for you to match fields. So if you look at the list that I had, you saw that there was an email address, there was that first name and second name, and they were all delimited using a tab. So if you want to add this to your Mailchimp, you're going to match them. You're going to need to match them to something. This has automatically gotten matched because clearly these are email addresses. And this, you can give this your first name. So you can first name, select a field. So to match this, if it's not matched, it's going to be that orange color. So you can just click there and this is going to give you all the fields that you can match it to. So if what you're matching, if what you're adding is maybe a birthday, you can add it as a birthday. If what you're matching is a first name, you can match it as a first name and click OK. And you match the next. And if you have multiple columns, just do that for all the columns that you have. So you can see I do have all those others. And do I have city? So you can see do I have city? I don't really have city, so I'm just going to create a new field and I'm going to call it city. And I can select a data type. Of course, this will be a text. So I'm just going to confirm that. And the city will be that. And then this, let's come in here and do you have something like a title, or do you have a title? We don't have a title. So what I can do again is I can create another field called title. So create another field and I'm going to call it title. And then title, of course, this is going to be a text. So if what is going to get added inside of that field is a number, a date, a birthday, and so on, make sure you choose the correct data type on this end. And most of them are very self-explanatory. If one of these was maybe a website, you would have just selected a website. But for us, it's a text. Mr., Mrs., Miss, all that, that's a text. So I'm just going to click there to confirm. And you can see all the fields have been matched. And I only had these two. So as long as you can see this, that means that you still have more fields to match, and make sure you match them correctly. And then I'm going to finalize the import. And just like that, 5 contacts will be updated to your list. So with that, I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to say complete import. So just look at this and confirm that the data is correct. If any of this is not correct for you, maybe you wanted to tag it and you forgot, you can start again. Just cancel the import and start again. But I'm going to click here to complete import. Once your import is successful, you can go to view the contact, or you can start a campaign. So to start a campaign, maybe you want to send a welcome email to these people. Just tell them that, hey, I've added you to my Mailchimp list. I moved from constant contact and now I'm using Mailchimp, and I just wanted to let you guys know. All right, see you in my next email. For now, let's just click here to view the contacts. These are the contacts that we've added right now. So if there's a subscriber that maybe you don't want here, you can just select, and what we said earlier, you can unsubscribe them or you can archive them. Okay. All right. So that's for that. And then let's look at tags. So let's say maybe you want to create tags. Okay. So maybe I want to create two 2 tags for them. And the first people, I want to tag them as buyers, and I also want to tag others as sellers. What I can do is I can just come in here under tags and I will create a tag. So the tag name, the first one, let's call it buyer. And I will create the tag. So once you've created the tag, this is whereby now you can import a list into this tag. So if you look at the list for the tags, for this tag, you're going to see that we don't have any contacts for this tag. So what we can do is we can add contacts. Okay, you can import. I'll just continue to upload and then I'll browse. So this is just the same thing that we've just done. And then at this point, you can choose the tag where you want to add these subscribers. And then you can continue to match. And these are things that we already did. Let's just say this was first name. Continue. And then this last name, continue. And then this was city. Do we have city? We should have city. I created city. There we go, city. And then there we do have, what was it? Title. And then finalize the import. Complete the import. View the contacts. So it's important to have your tags before you import so that you can import them into the right list. And now if you look at that, you're going to see that the lists have been updated with the tags that we want for the list. And that's the first bit of that. Now segments is just almost the same thing. You can create segments and then send email campaigns for them. The same thing with tags. Here in tags, if we come back here and we click there, you can send campaigns to people with these tags. You can come in here and send an email campaign to people who are tagged like that. And if you want to edit any of these emails, you can just click on it. And perhaps you want to remove a tag. You can remove a tag for somebody. You can remove the tag and this will remove the tag for them. And if we come back under tags, we look at the lists, you will see that one has been removed. Okay, so that's how you can do that. And segments is almost the same thing. You just need to come in here and then if you want to add, you can add segments. You can create segments, create a segment. So first of all, you need to select how the segment will be. So contacts match any of the following conditions, any or all of the following conditions. Okay, so email address is, let's create them based on tags. So you want to create a segment based on the tags of buyer. So if a tag is buyer, we're going to create a segment out of that. And you can add another condition here. Maybe you want the tag to be buyer and you want something else. Maybe it was created on a landing page. Maybe the subscriber signed up on a landing page. All this, you can do that based on all of this. Okay, there's so much you can do with segmentation. Just look at all of this and see which one is relevant to what you want to do, what you're trying to do. Maybe you want to look at the city. Maybe someone is a buyer and is from a certain city, so you can enter the city right there. So I'm going to remove that because we only want the segment based on the buyer, and then you can preview the segment and then save it. So it's going to give you a segment with all this, and then you can save the segment, and let's just call it buyer segment. And you can save. You're going to see under automations, under campaigns, you can send an email campaign to your segments. So segments can be automatically generated. The difference between segments and tags is that segments can be automatically generated based on the conditions as you've seen. So if you want to create a segment based on certain conditions. Maybe you want a segment of people who signed up on a specific form, then you can use the segment conditions to choose a specific form or to choose a specific landing page where they signed up. You can create segments based on that. However, for tags are manual. You have to add people manually. Okay, you have to create them manually, and the tags will only match the various tags that you've set up. It is not going to automatically choose tags based on any conditions that you set up. So that's pretty much it for this part. And anything else that you want to do here, go ahead and just look at all this and see what they're all about. And let's look at sign up forms now. And sign up forms are the forms that you use to collect subscribers. So maybe you don't have any subscribers and you're trying to build your audience. You can use the sign up forms for that. So you're going to come here under sign up forms, and that is under audience, sign up forms, and then you can choose a type of form. So we do have a form builder, and these are forms that are already on Mailchimp. So you don't need to do anything. If you don't have a website, you can collect subscribers using the form builder. If you do have a website, you can embed a form. If you have a website, you can use the subscriber pop-ups, and you can also have, I see this is new, you can have a contact form on your site. So this, and then we do have form integrations, and you can click there to look at them. So the one that I want us to look at for now, let's just open this in a new tab, the form builder. The form builder is just a form that you can get its link and then share that with your subscribers, share that with your audience, and then they would be able to sign up as your subscriber. You can also edit all this stuff. Okay, once you come here to the form builder, you can design it. Okay, you can change any elements. Maybe you want to change the background color to something else. Maybe you do want the background color to be white. You can change the background color. So this is the page background. So it should change, but it's not changing. It doesn't really matter. But let me click on that. Click on that. You can add a message there. So just add a friendly message, okay? Add a friendly message there, something that will get people enticed enough to sign up. Here on the forms. So on the forms, the background color, maybe you want to change that. Let's change it to black. So none of these changes are reflecting, and I don't know why. I can refresh this page. So once I refresh the page, let's see if we try to change it. There we go. So you can change this and design it however you want. You can add your logo right here. So upload your logo, and then I can click on it, then click on insert. And I'm just going to use it like that. You can change the width. You can make it link to a URL if you want to. Make it open in a new tab. And I'm just going to do that. You can edit all these elements again. Let me save and insert image. Okay, so you can see this doesn't work well with this background, but it doesn't really matter. This is just an example. So anyway, that's how you can try to design it. And if you don't want any of these fields, just click on any element. You can see this is hidden. And something like birthday, this one we can remove. We can hide it. Title, all this we can leave. Email address, that we can leave. And if that's all you want to do, just scroll all the way to the top, and then you can copy this link and you can share it on social media anywhere, and the link will show your form. Okay, so if you don't want any of these fields, just go under the form designer and just hide it. Maybe you don't want to show the city. What you can do is you can just come in here and hide it, and it won't be shown on the other side. All right, so let's say that's something that you want to do. You've seen how you can do that. You can collect subscribers using this form. You don't need a website for this form. All you need is a link, and the link is up here. What if you want to embed this form somewhere else? If you want to embed this form somewhere else, let's just come back here and let's click on embedded forms. And under embedded forms, you can embed that form as it is. And if you need to edit it, go back into this editor and remove any fields that you don't want. Just hide any fields that you don't want to show, and any fields that you want to be mandatory, you can just click on them and make them mandatory on this side, make them required. Okay, to make it required, you just check that and it will be a required field. Now let's come back here, and so if you want to embed this on a website, and for example, let me say I want to embed this on Shopify. Okay, and I'm just using Shopify as an example. I don't like this birthday, so let me just hide that birthday. Hide it and then save field. Anything else that I can hide, I can leave the rest as they are. So I'm just going to use Shopify as an example. Okay, if I want to add this on Shopify, I will just copy all of it. So I can copy all the code, and if you want to change any settings for this form, just look at this. Most of them are very self-explanatory. You'll just see what you can do here. You can only choose to show the required field, and this is going to change the code for you right there. And you can enable GDPR under your settings. Just click there to go and do it under your audience name and defaults. So let's copy this. Control C, and then I'll come into Shopify. I do have this sample store under my Shopify developers account, and I can use this to demonstrate this. So I will come here under online store, and then let's go into pages. Here under online store, maybe I do want to add it on the home page or wherever. Let me just click here to customize. I don't want to do so much here, so I'm just going to come in here, and perhaps I want to add it down here. So what I'll do is I'll just scroll down and then click on add section, and then I'll click on custom HTML. And as soon as I select custom HTML, I will click select, and then I will add my code in here. So some of this JavaScript is probably going to get stripped off, but let's just wait and see. Save. So remember, we only chose to add the required field. So you can design this form to look however you want it to look. And you can also change the CSS for this form right here, but I'm not going to do that. Let's take the link and then copy, and then I will paste and go. And if you come down, our form is right there. So if you want to add it, you just use the same principle, whether it's WordPress, Squarespace. You can just find the HTML, the way for adding HTML on the platform that you're using, and then you can paste in the code just like I've done. So that's just a sample of how you can add it on a website. Just copy the code under embed code and you can add that. Now the next thing that most people probably want to deal with is here under sign-up forms. The one thing that most people I know will probably want to deal with is the subscriber pop-up. So if you do want a pop-up, you can use this, or you can find some plugin. Whichever platform you're using, there's probably a plugin that you can use for it. And if you use WordPress, there are certain plugins that you can use as well. But if you don't want to use any plugins, you can just use this without using any plugin. So I'm just going to click here to set image, and I'm just going to add the logo. You can You can design yours. You can design yours however you want. There is our form. You can add any note that you want to add here. Those GDPR things, you can add them there. And then the settings, show Mailchimp badge. Of course, this is on by default if I'm on the free plan. And then you can have it slide in. You can have a model. A model is going to pop up, or you can have it slide in. Let me just choose the slide in, and you can have it slide in after 15, 20 seconds or on exit. So if somebody tries to exit, you can show them this. So let me just do one whereby after 5 seconds it pops up. So I'm going to save and publish. I can just accept the additional terms of connected sites, and if I click on do this later, let me just refresh this page once again. Also, please note that you can change the various styles for your form if you so wish. Okay, you can also change the layout for the form. So maybe you want an image, you can do that. You can add an image, you can change the layout for that. And once you do, you make all these changes, you can click that, save and publish. So for me, I'm just going to click that and I'm going to say get started. So I need to enter website here. So let me just take that. So I'll just add in the sample from Shopify. And once you add in that, you can copy this link here. You can copy this code from here. So if you don't get this code after you do everything like I've done, you've probably connected a website and you may need to disconnect it for a moment. And then once you get the code, you can connect it again. That usually happens if your site is connected somewhere. So I'm going to remove this and I'm just going to add that code in the same location. So if you're on WordPress, just find out how you can add the code on WordPress or whichever platform you're using. It's just a similar way of doing it. It's a similar way of doing it in any platform. And then I'm going to save and open link in a new tab. I can preview the site. So on Shopify, the code is probably getting stripped out because it is JavaScript. Okay, so what I can do is, let's see if it's going to work if I try if it doesn't work in a private window, then I'm probably going to need to add the code under one of the templates. So the Shopify code is probably, the Mailchimp code is probably getting stripped out in Shopify. But what we can do is we can come back here, and where was the code inside here? I will copy all the code and I will exit out of this, and I will come in here under actions. And then I can say edit code, and let me see which template I can use to add this. Which template should I use here? Let me use index.liquid, and I'm just going to do a bad practice. And I'm just going to paste the code in there, which is a bad practice I shouldn't do. And once I do that, if I come back here and I refresh the page, My pop-up has refused to show up, so I'm just going to forget about it. But you can always use a plugin. I know there are multiple plugins that you can use for WordPress, and for other platforms, I'm sure there are other apps that you can use as well. So you shouldn't have to use it directly. You can just use a plugin, because this, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. There is a fix that I used to have. I don't know whether it still works, and that is available on YouTube. You can check it out if it will work for you. So the video has gotten long and I don't want to continue recording. So the next thing that I will do in part 2 of this video will be how to send campaigns. So we're going to see how we can send campaigns, how we can create automations, and we're also going to look at landing pages. So if you do want part 2 of this tutorial, feel free to let me know. In part 2, I can do a video on how to create campaigns, how to create landing pages, how to create automations, and anything else that will be important for you in your email marketing endeavors. Just feel free to let me know if you want part 2. If you want part 2, I can create it. If nobody asks for it, I'm not going to create it. So that's it for this video tutorial about how to use Mailchimp. Feel free to let me know if you want part 2 of this tutorial. I will see you next time.